Hello, hello, hello. My name is Spiky, and welcome to my video. So this is a series that I want to do where I go through my card collection by its sets, by its number of sets. Now, plenty of people on YouTube do ASMR videos based around card games such as Pokemon. I've even seen Digimon. However, I have not seen a lot of people do the card game of my choice, which is One Piece. One Piece, One Piece, One Piece. So the One Piece card game came out around 3 years ago at the time of my recording this, and it has 11 sets released in America, at least in the North America. In Japan, it is currently on number 12, with number 13 just getting its theme released. So in this series, I would like to go through all of the sets, including the starter kits. So this is my husband's collection. I mostly am here for moral support. Maybe I even pulled a few of these, who knows. But this collection has been a work in progress and is not currently complete because, like I said, OP11 just came out. So that means that we don't have those cards quite yet. We currently have 1 out of the 6 leaders. But regardless, I would like to go through around 2 sets, two sets at a time, to make sure, or to introduce you to One Piece. If you are already a fan of the One Piece card game collection, then you can just kind of look back on some of these leaders with me and ask yourself the same question that I do, which is, why have I never seen some of these leaders at my locals? So a little background. I got into the One Piece card game around July of this year after a honeymoon in Japan, and I am now a big fan of the card game. It is a very all-consuming hobby. Not only do I personally collect the cards for fun, but I love to play the game as well. I have a lot of different collection binders. There are personal alt art collections. I have a small personal binder of cards that I just think are pretty. But this particular binder is of all the alt art leaders. And we are going to go through them beginning with, I believe, all of the starter kits. So this video is probably just going to be going through these starter kits. Maybe I get to OP1, I don't know, but let's go ahead and get to do it. So this first page, I'm pretty much gonna just go through the first. These cards are gonna go 2 at a time because they are the same leader, different art. So in One Piece, there are different leaders representing like a deck that you can build based off of this leader. In the deck, you have to use the color of the leader. Sorry if my camera is shaking. It's a little rocky. It's a little wobbly. Hope that doesn't make you motion sick. So these two are the same leader, different art styles. One represents the sort of like manga art style, and the other represents the TV show style. This one is the more, like, I guess, rare of the two, because this is the, as you can see by the gold lettering, the super pre-release version. So it's like the earliest version of the card. I don't think they ended up going with this version. I think they ended up going with this version, which, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know why. I kind of prefer the other art style. Anyway, so let's get into it. Starting with, of course, Monkey D. Luffy, our hero of this 2 cards are from the starter kit 1, and you can see it at the bottom if it wants to focus. It says ST01001. So it's like the first card of the starter kit, and that starter kit is titled Straw Hat Crew. Straw Hat Crew. So Luffy is a red leader, and his ability says activate main once per turn. Give this leader or one of your characters up to 1 rested Dawn card. So red leaders and red characters will typically be rush, meaning that they can attack the same turn that you play them, or they will be very aggressive in their move styles, so they can like add Dawn, which is the power. Not add Dawn. They can add power to themselves, or they can give characters Dawn for free. Dawn is the like your energy in Pokemon or your action points in like Union Arena. So red is about aggression and basically punching your opponent before they can punch you, if that makes sense. I also forgot to mention Luffy's type is Supernova/Straw Hat Crew. So every leader has like a type. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it does not. Realistically, you can play like whatever type to whatever leader for the most part. Next is STO2. STO2. Eustace Captain Kid from STO2. Worst Generation. So here is the regular version of the card. And here is the super pre-release version. So Kid's ability is activate main once per turn. 3. You may rest the specified number of Dawn cards in your cost area, and you may trash 1 card from your hand to set this leader as active. Green is the color of basically resting Dawn, or resting things in general. Green is kind of like stop your opponent from doing stuff, or restand things, or freezing things. And mind you, if someone wants to correct me, that is perfectly fine. I am not a professional, nor do I say that I'm a pro at One Piece. Not at all. Anyway, moving on. We have our blue leader from STO3, the 7 Warlords of the Sea. And the leader is Crocodile. Here is the super pre-release version, and here is the regular version. I kind of wish they had gone with the other one, to be honest. Anyway, Crocodile is both a 7 Warlord of the Sea and a Baroque Works type. So his ability is to activate main once per turn, Dawn -4. So you can return the specified number of Dawn cards from your field to your Dawn deck, and return 1 character with a cost of 5 or less to the owner's hand. So blue is all about character manipulation, whether it is returning things to owner's hands or removing something from their board. It's all about character manipulation. Next, we have Purple Kaido. So Purple Kaido is E4 Emperors and Animal Kingdom Pirates type. And his ability is activate main once per turn, Dawn -7. So you may return the specified number of Dawn from your field to your Dawn deck, and trash up to 1 of your opponent's cards from the top of their life cards. is the regular version. And here is the super pre-release version. He's holding his Thunderbagua. Thank God he has eyes here. It's kind of scary that he doesn't have eyes in this one. And I'm pretty sure those are the only ones that are super pre-release, because these 4 leaders are like the 4 main ones. Oops. There's some of the 4 ones from the early versions of the game. Next, we have, oh, I forgot to say the starter deck for this one, my bad. That's the Animal Kingdom Pirates STO4. Moving on to STO5, we have Purple Shanks. Purple Shanks. Not to be confused with his better relative, Red Shanks from OP9, but we'll get to that guy way later. So, STO5 Shanks is from, the starter deck title, is One Piece Film Edition. So you'll notice that his type is 3 film, the 4 emperors, and the red-haired pirates. So film is basically, it is what it says. Its genre is any characters that are relevant to the movie. So this, you'll see later, there are some leaders that are pretty much people only in the One Piece movies. I believe this is around the time that Film Red came out. Film Red. So you'll see characters like Uta, or Gordon, or Max if you ever watched Film Red. But there are others from like One Piece Stampede, or Film Gold, or that's all the One Piece videos movies that I can think of. So we have activate main once per turn, Dawn -3. All of your film type characters gain plus 2000 power during this turn. Not a great ability for purple, but a lot of Shanks cards are crazy anyway. But we're moving on to the next few pages, so I got you a better perspective. And we begin with STO6. Absolute justice. If you know, you know. Hey bestie. So, in this part of the video, you could like totally see my face in the glare of the card, and I'm not too comfortable with that quite yet. So, sorry about that, but I'm gonna read the description for Black Sakazuki. It says, activate main once per turn, rest 3 Dawn, and you may trash 1 card from your hand and KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with the cost of 0. Basically, in this part, I was just describing how black as a color in One Piece is all about controlling the board, whether it's removing cost from your opponent or KOing stuff on their side. This leader is really aggressive with removal of the other person's characters. So, sorry, hopefully that doesn't happen again. To 0 so that you can use the leader ability. Next is STO7 Big Mom Pirates. Big Mom Pirates. And of course it is Charlotte Lin, aka Big Mom. And she is our first yellow leader. Yellow. Yellow is very fitting for Big Mom because yellow is the color of life manipulation. So in this game you have a 5 or 4 or 3 even, or 2 if you're Vegapunk. You have a certain amount of life in this game, and yellow manipulates that life, whether it takes away or whether it adds life. So Charlotte Lin is the 4 emperors / Big Mom Pirates. So her thing, and we've never seen this before. This is Dawn ×2, so it means that you can attach to Dawn to the leader, and when attacking, you may add one card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand. If you have 2 or less life cards, add up to 1 card from your hand to the top of your life cards. So see what I mean? A lot of manipulation of life. Oh, wrong side. 1 second. I have to keep switching hands. Next we have STO8 Monkey D Luffy. Luffy is a leader in like a lot of different colors, so we're gonna see him a lot. This is Black Luffy. And of course he is only the Straw Hat Crew. So on your turn, when a character is KO'd, give up to 1 rested Dawn card to this leader. So there is another Black Luffy that we're gonna see later, but they are not the same. This is like the weaker version of that Black Luffy. And we have ST09 Yamato. So it is obviously Yamato, yellow Yamato. So Dawn, so you attach 1 Dawn, and on your opponent's turn, if you have 2 or less life cards, this leader gains plus 1,000 power. So this leader relies on taking hits so that she is at 2 life left. And she is the land of Wano. Also, I just realized Luffy was the beginning of our artists, like not just the animation. So I can start pointing out the leaders, the artists, whenever I see them. And the artist for this one, you can't really see it, but it is Denim2. Is the artist Denim2. I like to point it out just because some of these people are really good artists. And the artist for Yamato is Niji Mark. My heart sings whenever I see this next leader. I'm sure not everybody feels that way, but these 3 leaders, you can't see, but I'm pointing to this one at the end. These 3 leaders are from an Ultra deck, which is the 3 captains. ST10 had not 1, not 2, but 3 leaders surrounding each of the captains from the worst generation. So you had, shift my camera a little, you had Trafalgar Law, Monkey D Luffy, and Eustace Captain Kidd. So I changed camera angle again. We begin with everybody's favorite. I'm just kidding, everybody hated this card. RP Law, red, purple, law. So this is our first dual colored leader. At least in the starter kits, there were plenty of dual leaders at this point, but this is the first one we see in the binder. And every one of these 1, 2, and 3, they are RP, so they are red, purple, but I'm gonna call them RP. So a little backstory on red, purple, Trafalgar Law. This was the most meta when I started playing back in 8.5. So I first learned how to play with this leader, and as soon as I got the hang of it, I played for about a month, and as soon as I started feeling like confident, this leader was banned, meaning that you are not allowed to play this. This is technically an illegal card in the gameplay. There is an errata version, which means that they took this card and they altered it to have a different ability. And if you understand how to play this game, you know why this leader got banned. it was honestly a very busted leader. But I am very sentimental towards this, so much so that this is actually not the card that I played with. I had my husband buy a new version because I kept the version that I played with, and it is in my personal binder. Anyway, so Trafalgar Law is the Heart Pirates, and his ability is to activate main once per turn, Dawn -3. Place up to one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less at the bottom of the owner's deck, and play up to one character with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. My god, I'm reading that now as someone who knows better. This card is so crazy. Yeah, pretty much everybody you knew at the time of that card, everybody played that card. It was crazy times. Moving on to another character that does get played a good amount, we have Red, Purple, Luffy. Now, you may notice that Luffy's life is only at 3. So this character is quote unquote weak. So it is weak. However, it is a very fast, it ramps up fast from Purple, and it is very aggressive from Red. Its leader effect is activate main once per turn. If you have 0 Dawn cards on your field, or 8 or more Dawn cards on your field, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So, interesting conditions there, but it is pretty strong. I have lost to this thing a lot in the past. I'm not gonna lie to you. My very first local, I lost to that. And finally, we have, like, honestly, the weakest leader of the 3 of them. Of the 3 that came out together, I mean. RP Kid. Red, Purple, used as Captain Kid. So he has 2 effects. He is part of the Kid Pirates, and on your turn, if you have 4 or more life cards, give this leader -1,000 power. And when attacking, Dawn -1. This leader gains 2,000 power during this turn. So he's weaker, but he also can get stronger. It's interesting. No comment on that, really. I don't know a lot of people that play this one, but I do know a lot of people that play this one. And this one is from ST11 Uta. And this is green Uta. So they released this starter deck and then re-released it with more cards to support it. They re-released more cards to support it. So that's why there are 2, but they are the same. So Uta is from film, meaning she is from the film series, and she's got some crazy cards to go with her. Anyway, her leader ability is Dawn ×1 or attach 1 Dawn. When attacking, once per turn, reveal 1 card from the top of your deck and add up to 1 film type card to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck. I've played against a good few Uta cards, and I have lost a decent amount of times, considering that she is a green leader, which is a pretty weak leader. She's pretty strong. Alright, moving on. We have, this is our first 2-person leader, and of course, it is ST12 Zoro and Sanji. It's fitting that these 2 are the dual leader. So they are a green-purple leader. Dawn, attach 1 Dawn when attacking once per turn. You may return one of your characters with a cost of 2 or more to the owner's hand. Set up to 1 of your characters with 7,000 power or less as active. Nothing to say. Icons, honestly, I I just love like the characters. And the artist is S. Kinoko. S. Kinoko. This next one is ST13, and ST13 has come out literally like 500,000 times. So there are several art style versions for this. I think on the other page. There's more on the other page, yeah. So I'm gonna try to do this as best I can. So these are the three brothers, ASL. So it's Sabo, Ace, and Luffy again. So I'm gonna just pull out all of the different arts because I just don't have the time to like. It's so silly that they've released this so many times. And it's funny because OP13 is rumored to be the three brothers. And I'm like, dude, didn't the three brothers already happen? Can we do something else? But whatever, if I say anything. Okay. So these are the four versions of this card. So this is Sabo, red, yellow Sabo. I've actually played and lost against someone like this. I keep talking about my losses and not my victories. I promise you I'm good at this game. Anyway, which one? I'll pick up my favorite version, and that is the black and white version, just because I love the hollow effect. It's so pretty. Anyway, red, yellow Sabo is Dressrosa and revolutionary type character. And you have to attach one non, activate main once per turn. You may add one of your characters with a cost of 3 or more and 7,000 power or more to the top of your life card face up. Up to one of your characters gains 2,000 power until the start of your next turn. So, decently powerful, but not a lot of people play this version of Sabo, or not of Sabo, but they don't play this brother. Of course, the brother that everyone plays is this next one. But first I need to like put away everything. 1 second. I hate that I have to turn the page because I feel like I'm spoiling this next section. Anyway, of course, the next one is I'll introduce these as each set. So this is the first version that came out of it. And then I honestly don't know what this. It's like this is the alt art of that, if I'm not mistaken. And then there was another version, and this was like the gold version. Super pretty. The hollow is amazing on that. And then there is Girl Get Up. This version, which is the 2nd anniversary version. And if I'm not mistaken, this one, I know some of you guys are gonna be, some of y'all jealous. I'm just kidding. This is the, I cannot remember the name of the football team, but this is the version that came out specifically for a football game, and it's based off a team. I really can't remember the name. I'm not a sporty person. I'm so sorry. Don't come for me. But I'll use this one because I absolutely love this card. People were selling this card for like so much money, and it was free at the event, which is crazy. Anyway, this is B.Y. Luffy. B.Y. Luffy. So he is a supernova Straw Hat Crew leader, and it is black, yellow. Your face-up life cards are replaced at the bottom of your deck instead of being added to your hand according to the rules. Attach to Dawn, activate main once per turn. You may trash one card from your hand. If you have 0 life cards, add up to 2 character cards with a cost of 5 from your hand, or trash the top of your life cards face up. This leader is so confusing, and I hate this leader. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't think I've ever won against a BY. Maybe one time, because this leader before the ban, and if you're a One Piece fan, you know the ban. If you know, you know. Wait, yeah, this one here. Before the ban, this leader was the bane of my existence. Everybody, wrong spot. Get out of there. Everybody played this leader, and everybody wanted to make my life miserable when they played this leader. Oh my gosh, I couldn't stand it. You know what? I also can't stand the fact that I keep putting this in the wrong spot. Good gosh. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I hope you like shuffling noises. Anyway, our last leader is Ace. Blue, yellow, Ace. I'm gonna be really honest, I'm just gonna, if you'll allow me to be a little bit lazy, I'm just gonna show you this first page before turning the next, and I'll show you the art style. Okay, so this is blue, yellow, Ace. Here's the regular version, the alt art version, and the shiny, amazing hollow version. So beautiful. So, Ace is, of course, the Whitebeard Pirates. And his ability is to attach to Dawn, activate main once per turn. Look at 5 cards from the top of your deck and add up to 1 character card with the cost of 5 to the top of your life cards face up. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. And at the end of your turn, trash all your life cards, all of your face up life cards. A lot going on with this leader, but it's honestly a nothing burger because nobody plays blue yellow Ace. He's a pretty weak leader. We're on the last page. Here, I'll show you the 2nd anniversary version of Ace. So beautiful. I love him. That's baby boy. And this is the last ST leader that I have. I'm pretty sure that in a few days there will be the next few ones, which are the 4 emperors and a few more, I think. But I obviously don't have those yet. So anyway, we have ST21. This might be out of order, so like I could be totally missing some stuff here, but anyway, here is ST21. This is the alt art version, and this is the regular version. Monkey D. Luffy. This is a red Luffy, but it's not the same red Luffy as the beginning of this video. So this is like a kind of a stronger version. Honestly, this version was kind of broken for a bit. Attach 1 Dawn, activate main once per turn, give up to 2 rested Dawn cards to one of your characters. This is a pretty fun leader, pretty aggressive. Now, I'm gonna just flip through the binder to make sure that I'm not missing anything, because obviously we jumped from 14 to 21. I think obviously something is out of order, but let me double check. Yeah, that was pretty much it. But in the next few videos, I would hope to go through the rest of our collection. I'm so excited to show you all our One Piece collection and just talk about card games in general. I also have plenty of other hobbies that I'm excited to go through with you guys. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you like it, please give it a like. You can subscribe to me if you believe that my videos are going to take off. I hope so. Fingers crossed. I hope you